Let's jump into it. Number 1. Speaking out. In a time when obedience was everything, speaking out was risky, especially for women. Surely you have to be in a pact with the devil himself to dare question authority. Being too bold, challenging traditions, were seen as too dangerous. As a woman, showing you were smarter than the men around you. You're sus, bro. Outspoken women often got slapped with the witch label because it was the easiest way to silence them. Society expected women to be quiet, obedient, and grateful. So, when someone stood up, debated, or refused to conform, it rattled people. The word witch became a weapon, used not because of real magic, but because power structures feared losing control. Clever, sharp-tongued women were especially at risk. A witty insult, an argument in church, or even giving advice that rubbed someone the wrong way could be twisted into proof of witchcraft. It wasn't really about magic. It was about control. Calling someone a witch was a way to shut them up, strip away respect, and keep authority firmly in male hands. Number 2. Association by rumor. Sometimes you don't even need to do anything. All it took was someone disliking you. Maybe a neighbor held a grudge, or you offended the wrong person by calling them chopped. They could spread a rumor: she talks to spirits, he cursed my family, I saw her with the devil, and that was enough to light suspicion. In tight-knit villages, gossip spread faster than wildfire, and once a rumor stuck, it was nearly impossible to clear your name. But the scariest part was that the evidence didn't matter. Your fate often depended on who believed the story, not whether it was true. Jealousy, revenge, or even property disputes fueled accusations. If someone wanted to get rid of you, calling you a witch was a powerful tool. The courts, the church, and the crowd didn't need much more than a whisper to turn against you. Number 3. Just being different. In the Middle Ages, standing out wasn't going to get you any accolades. Chances are you could earn a visit to the stakes with your lifelong neighbors chanting "witch" right behind you. In small villages, centuries ago, life was all about blending in and sticking to tradition. If you didn't, people noticed, and not in a good way. Maybe you liked spending time alone, avoided gossip, or just didn't enjoy the same festivals as everyone else. That simple difference could put you on the wrong side of suspicion. People were quick to connect being odd with being dangerous. If you were eccentric, dressed differently, or even seemed too clever for your own good, you stood out. And when you stood out, whispers started. Let's just say logic wasn't very popular back then. Instead, everyone was obsessed with a common dread for the devil and his minions, who in this case are the witches. They'd say you must be consorting with strange powers, because why else would you be unlike everyone else? In communities built on sameness, individuality looked threatening. The village could turn on you simply because you didn't fit their mold. Being different wasn't celebrated back then. It was practically an open invitation for people to brand you as suspicious, untrustworthy, and worst of all, a witch. Number 4. Being poor. A few centuries ago, poverty made you vulnerable in ways you couldn't imagine. Asking neighbors for food or money was common if you had nothing, but it carried huge risks. Let's say you begged for bread and got turned away. Then, a week later, the neighbor's cow died, or their crops failed. Guess who they blamed? You, the supposed dirty-looking witch who asked for money a day ago. People connected your misfortune with your supposed anger or resentment. They believed beggars had supernatural power to curse those who refused them. It didn't matter if the accident was natural, it became proof of your witchcraft. Being poor also made you an easy scapegoat. Villagers already looked down on you, so when something went wrong, you were the first target. Unlike wealthy or influential people, you had no one to defend you. A single bad harvest, storm, or death could flip suspicion straight to your doorstep. Poverty wasn't just hard to survive. It carried the added danger of being seen as a witch simply because people feared what they didn't understand. Or in this case, what they knew to be already unfortunate. Number 5. Owning a cat. Back in the day, cats weren't seen as cute pets that made funny TikToks. They were in fact linked to the supernatural and devil worship. People thought cats, especially black ones, were familiars, basically spiritual sidekicks helping witches carry out dark magic. Imagine feeding a stray cat that happened to hang around your house. To you, it's just kindness. To your neighbors, it's a huge red flag, and you are basically one step away from getting burned alive. They'd assume the animal was doing your bidding, spying on them, delivering curses, or sneaking into homes at night. To make it worse, the cat's natural, independent, mysterious behavior didn't help either. They lurked in shadows, stared with glowing eyes, and popped up out of nowhere. All of that felt creepy to people who already feared the unseen. In a superstitious community, simply being the cat person made you suspect. And if anything bad happened in the village, say milk spoiled or chickens died, your pet cat suddenly became proof that you were secretly dabbling in witchcraft and chanting curses on everyone all night. In the Middle Ages, having a cat wasn't a harmless choice. It could literally get you accused of consorting with the devil. Number 6. Herbal knowledge. Knowing how to use plants for healing was both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, villages depended on people with herbal knowledge to treat wounds, ease childbirth, and cure fevers. On the other hand, those same remedies often looked suspicious to outsiders, and sometimes even jealous villagers always had something to say about this strange knowledge. Mixing herbs into teas, grinding roots into pastes, or boiling leaves for potions seemed magical to the uneducated eye, and in the Middle Ages, this was basically everyone, except a few nobles and priests who could read and write. If you helped someone recover from an illness, it was called a miracle, but if the treatment failed, suddenly you were accused of witchcraft, doing the devil's bidding, by providing him the souls of ailing patients who died in your hands. The line between healer and witch was razor-thin. Midwives were especially at risk because delivering babies carried so many risks. If a child or mother died, blame often fell on the woman assisting the birth. Instead of recognizing science or skill, people jumped to fear and superstition. They saw herbalists as women working in secret with hidden forces. So, what we'd now call natural medicine back then looked like spell casting, all dangerous, unholy, and completely punishable by death. Number 7. Birthmarks or deformities. In the old days, your body itself could get you accused. Birthmarks, strange moles, scars, or any unusual feature were seen as more than just quirks of nature. People called them the devil's mark, claiming they proved you had made a pact with Satan. If you were born with a limp, missing fingers or a crooked spine, the stares never ended. Even something as harmless as a red patch of skin could be twisted into evidence. Some believed witches fed demons through these marks. Others thought they were burned onto the skin during secret meetings with dark forces. The real tragedy: you couldn't hide what you were born with. In times of paranoia, people searched your body for anything strange, and the smallest imperfection could become a death sentence. Instead of compassion, villagers saw deformities as terrifying signs of evil. Being different physically wasn't just tough socially, it put a permanent target on your back, as someone marked by the devil. We'll leave it there for today. More of this coming soon, so do consider subscribing.